Living in a medieval castle seems like a dream come true. Grand halls, lavish feasts, and towering stone walls to keep enemies at bay. Movies and TV shows paint a picture of a life filled with luxury and adventure. But was it really that way? Travelers of history. Today we journey back to the Middle Ages to uncover the real secrets of life inside a medieval castle. Trust me, it wasn't all glitz and glory, it could be downright dangerous. Are you curious to find out? Then subscribe to the channel and let's dive into this fascinating world. Castles were essentially massive stone bunkers, designed more for defense than comfort. Everything was built with thick stone walls and small, narrow windows to keep invaders out, meaning very little sunlight got in. They were dark, damp, smelly, and crawling with disease and vermin. If you were nobility, you'd at least enjoy good food, wine, and the occasional hot bath. The grandest rooms belonged to lords and ladies, complete with fireplaces and windows, while servants were crammed into freezing dark quarters deep in the castle's interior. Disease spread rapidly due to these communal living spaces, and medical knowledge at the time was extremely limited. For many, entering a castle could mean the end of the road, especially if you found yourself in its dreaded dungeons. Dark, cold, and terrifying, these spaces were used for torture and execution. Screams echoed through the stone halls, making sure no one ever forgot their grim presence. Forget modern bathrooms. In medieval castles, relieving yourself meant sitting on a wooden bench with a hole in the middle, sometimes alongside others. Waste fell on the grass, creating a putrid stench that often wafted back into the castle. And if the pit overflowed? Well, let's just say things got messy. Privacy? Non-existent. Servants even had to clean up after their noble lords, with no toilet paper in sight. Instead, they used hay, moss, or whatever was available. Visiting relatives and friends during these moments wasn't uncommon, turning bathroom time into a social event. Think having a few family members over is overwhelming? Now imagine living with dozens of noble relatives and an army of servants all under one roof. Running a castle required countless workers, handling everything from cooking to maintenance. Servants had no set hours and were expected to work whenever needed, and often sleeping in cramped, shared quarters. Dark, damp, and dirty castles were the perfect breeding grounds for pests, especially rats. They were everywhere, and since there was no effective way to get rid of them, people simply accepted them as part of daily life. Worse yet, rats carried the Black Plague, which wiped out half of Europe's population. Why was alcohol safer than water? With no clean water sources, drinking beer and wine was the norm. Even children consumed alcohol because the water was often contaminated. While nobility indulged in fine wines, servants had to settle for whatever was available. While lords and ladies could sleep in, their servants rose with the sun. Without electricity, every second of daylight was crucial to completing their endless list of tasks. Castles were gloomy, even during the day, making efficient work difficult once the sun set. Bathing once a year, if you were lucky. Taking a bath wasn't as simple as turning on a faucet. Clean water was a luxury, and hauling it up through the narrow castle halls was a tedious process. Filling a wooden tub required multiple servants, making frequent baths impractical. Many people bathed once a year, if at all. Some even skipped it entirely, preferring to mask their odor with perfumes. So, after all this, would you live in a castle? Personally, I'd rather take a palace, maybe Versailles. I hope you enjoyed this journey through medieval history. Let me know in the comments if you think you'd survive medieval castle life, or if you'd prefer modern comforts. If you found this video fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible historical deep dives. Share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching, and until next time.